Good morning and welcome everyone to Beyond the Game. Today I will be your host. My name is Ricky Quinn. We all know or should know that in every game there are rules that must be followed. Today's topic is baseball. Baseball is played by a player hitting a small round ball to the other player's team while all the while running around three bases to get to the home plate to score a run. Each time a player comes around to the home plate, gives the team 1 point. In the game of baseball, you have two teams of 9 players. In each team, all have field positions made up of a catcher, first baseman, second and third baseman, a shortstop, left, right, and center fielders. 9 batters go up to bat until the team as a whole gets 3 strikes. Then they rotate and the opposing team comes in and tries to score. There are 9 innings, and if the game is tied at the end of the 9th inning, then the game will be played until the next score is made by either team. Baseball has been around for many years, since 1839 to be exact. There have been many books that provide much needed information about baseball. From baseball, there have been other forms of the sport. Today we have cricket, which is mostly played in Europe, and softball that is played by women in different leagues around the world. The evolution of baseball is difficult to trace with precision. Consensus once held that today's baseball is a North America development from the older game rounders. Rounders was a popular game played by children in Great Britain and in Ireland. For those of you who do not know the history of the game, it is said that the game was invented by Abner Doubleday in the town of Cooperstown, New York. Compared with the present professional baseball in the early 20th century, was a lower scoring game, where the pitcher was dominant in the game. There was the so-called dead ball era, which ended in the early 1920s, with much needed changes in the rule and circumstances that gave the hitters the advantage for once. One change that was made is that they made the ball smaller so that it could travel longer distances. Due to the explosion of Babe Ruth, baseball became, for the first time, a sport that a large group of Americans began to pay money to watch, therefore making it America's favorite pastime. Babe Ruth was considered the first power hitter in the game in this era. He had permanently altered the nature of the game. Not too long after that, a Negro National League was organized in 1933. And 4 years later, it was joined by the Negro American League. Yes, and Jackie Robinson was the first African American to play Major League Baseball in the modern era. Robinson broke the color line in baseball by joining the all-white Brooklyn Dodgers. It started as the first baseman on April 15, 1947. Robinson came along at a time when race relations were still a big issue. Many of his white teammates objected to his promotion. He became a target for his opponents not just because he was black, also because he was good. Once he received a 7-inch gash in his leg from Enos Slaughter, a known racist, on April 22, 1947. He was called a nigger by Ben Chapman, manager for the Philadelphia Phillies. Robinson would go on to have much success in his career despite all of the racial injustice he had to deal with. One knows that the sole purpose of the game is to win and make it all the way to the World Series and become champions. With that being the intent, I'm sure that it didn't take long for the white teammates to come together for the sake of the team. Win, win, win is the name of the game. Now, we can't forget about the ever-popular Little League Baseball, which is played all over the world. But I must address, here at King University, we have our own baseball team that I must say enjoyed much success over the years. Back in 2007, May 29th, to be exact, the King Cougars won their first national title. The King Cougars competed in the New Jersey Athletic Conference of the NCAA Third Division. The tournament concluded with 8 teams competing at Time Warner Cable Field at Fox Cities Stadium in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, for the championship. There were 8 regional tournaments held to determine the participants in the World Series. We had the pleasure, only one time though, to compete in the World Series. The King University mascot is the Cougar, and the school colors are navy blue, baby blue, and white. While over the years we have had many students come and go, the team still remains intact. In many ways, baseball is a symbol of America. Many of the players give back to the community in many ways. There are programs such as summer baseball camps for at-risk youth who live in the inner city. You have the disability division as well. They help young players to train for the summer games and the Olympic Games as well. Not only is baseball for men or boys of age, softball, which is derived from baseball, is a growing sport that young women and girls like to play all over the world. I would like to end this segment of the show with just a reminder that baseball is a game of communication. One must communicate well and have a good team spirit. Baseball is not a game that one can play by oneself. In order for there to be success, true success, there first must be teamwork. You have to work together, and if you ever get a chance to watch a game, you'll see how they all work together. And it takes communication in order to be champ. On that thought, I want to thank you for turning in and watching the show. I do hope that you have enjoyed the information provided to you. Now have a good day.